I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Dante Fabro of the Nashville Predators.
This is Philip Forsberg of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Eustace Aros of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Welcome to the Bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. And before we get started with the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, first let me direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you'll learn everything you need to know about the show. And once you're good and educated about the show, click on that merchandise tab. We're going to take you straight to our classic logo t-shirt and all the gimmicks you've come to know, love, and expect from the Renegades of Puck. Socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets, it's all there. We've sold out so that you can buy in. Appreciate everybody who's picked up some Christmas gifts out of our online store. Social media is of critical importance to this independent, unaffiliated operation, so here's how you can jump in the trenches with the Renegades of Puck. Please help us out on Instagram, also Facebook, Threads, and even on X. Doesn't cost you a penny, doesn't take you but a second, but it goes a long way to helping out this operation known as the Renegades of Puck. So again, whatever it is your preferred platform, please give us a little bit of support in that domain. Speaking of domains, we can use a little bit of support in YouTube, our YouTube channel. It's doing all right, but it can always be doing better. Let's get some more Renegades in the trenches over there watching our content. We've put out a couple of great USPHL videos over the weekend, and we've put out some other Preds-related content over the weekend. So check it out. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on those notification buttons today. We sure would appreciate stick taps, love, and respect to all of our recent subscribers. We thank you very much. You can also support the show financially if you would like to. You can make a donation. You can scan the QR code that's right over there on our virtual tip jar, or you can just go to Venmo and search out Renegades of Puck. Every dollar goes directly to helping the Renegades of Puck and keeping us up and running. As you've supported us throughout 2024, we sure could use your support for 2025. So please, if you can spare it, we could certainly use it. We've got some things we've got to take care of here in the bunker for the 2025 portion of the season. Now listen, I know it is time for the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. Time for operation number 945. That is right. It is time for show number 945. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 7th place in the Central Division. That's right, out of last place after 34 games skated. The Preds have a record of 10, 17, and 7, 27 points. Has them, well, far out of a playoff spot at this moment in time. We'll update the Central here in a minute. The Preds' next game will be the 4th game of a 4-game homestand. The Predators at Bridgestone Arena have a record of 7, 7, and 3 now on the year. They've scored 79 goals. They've given up 105 goals. That's a goal differential of minus 26. The Preds' next game will take place against the Carolina Hurricanes and will close out the homestand. Let's talk about the next week ahead for the Predators after we update the Central Division. The Winnipeg Jets are still in first place in the Central with 49 points after 35 games skated. The Minnesota Wild are in second place with 44 points. Colorado Avalanche in third place with 44. Then the outside-looking in pack, the Dallas Stars at 38 points in fourth place. Utah at 37 points in fifth place. The St. Louis Blues are at 34 points in sixth place. And then the two teams that really aren't sure what they're doing the rest of the season. The Nashville Predators are in seventh place with 27 points. Chicago Blackhawks in eighth place with 26 points. Now, the next opponent for the Preds are the Canes. The regular season series between these two is the first of two regular season meetings. They won't meet again until March the 25th when the Nashville Predators will be in Carolina. But long before that, the week ahead for the Predators, it includes the Christmas break. That takes place after this game. The Predators won't be back on the ice until Friday, so off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for the Christmas break. Resume the season schedule Friday in St. Louis, then Monday in Winnipeg, the next night in Minnesota on the 3rd of January 2025 in Vancouver, and then on the 4th in Calgary. The Canes are the Nashville Predators' next opponent. They are 21-11-1 after defeating the New York Rangers at Madison Square Garden just a few minutes ago. 43 points on the season, has them third overall in the Metropolitan Division. On the road, they have a record of 8-7-1. They've scored 116 goals for on the season. They've given up 91 goals against. That's a goal differential of plus 25. Their most recent stretch of completed 5 games, the 13th of December, saw a 3-0 loss versus the Ottawa Senators. On the 15th of December, a 4-1 win versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. The 17th of December, a 4-0 win versus New York Islanders. Follow that up on the 20th with a 3-1 loss to the Washington Capitals. And most recently, this afternoon on the 22nd of December, a 3-1 win at the New York Rangers. Kochetkov, stellar in that game, 22 out of 23, picking up the win, only giving up a goal on the first shift of the game, and really outstanding after that. The NHL rankings between these two teams, the goals for Carolina, 5th overall in the NHL at 3.52. The Predators 32nd overall in the NHL at 2.32. The Preds are giving up 3.09 goals against per game. That's 20th in the league, while the Carolina Hurricanes are giving up 2.73 goals against per game. That's 7th best in the league. In the shots for category, the Predators 29.3 ranks 11th, while Carolina's 31.8 ranks 2nd best overall. Shots against, Nashville 29.5 is 25th. The Carolina Hurricanes 25.2 is 2nd, so this is the second game in a row where the Predators are facing off against a team that gives up barely 25 shots on goal per game. Of course, the LA Kings is the other team that I am speaking of. The power play, 17.4% conversion rate for the Predators is 24th overall in the league. 17 conversions, 98 opportunities. The Carolina Hurricanes significantly better, 6th best in the league at 26.4% conversion rate. 28 conversions on 106 power play opportunities. The Predators penalty kill has fallen out of first for the first time in quite some time. 87.3% kill rate is still 2nd best in the NHL. The Predators have given up 13 power play goals against on the season. They have now been surpassed by the New York Rangers. The Carolina Hurricanes had the 3rd best penalty kill unit in the NHL at 86.1% kill rate. They've given up 15 power play goals against on the season. So at the end of the statistical matchup breakdown, the Nashville Predators have one top 10 metric that happens to be on the penalty kill. The Carolina Hurricanes are across the board 6 for 6 in the top 10, so near the tops of the league in almost every category. Carolina Hurricanes, a formidable opponent. However, 7 of their 11 losses this season have come on the road, and the Nashville Predators might be on their hottest streak right now that they've been all season long, picking up points in 3 consecutive games on this homestand. Let's get into the individual statistics and points leaders for each of these teams. Philip Forsberg has taken back over the points lead on the Nashville Predators from the captain Roman Josi. 9 goals, 17 assists, 26 total points. Roman Josi's at 7 goals and 17 assists for 24 total points. Jonathan Marchessault now leads the Nashville Predators in goals scored with 10 and 11 assists to that for 21 overall points. Steven Stamkos, 9 goals, 10 assists, 19 points. O'Reilly, 7 and 12 for 19. Forsberg, Marchessault, Stamkos all really climbing in points as of late. For Forsberg, though, the problem has been he just cannot find the back of the net, but he is certainly a world-class distribution service at this moment in time. The Carolina Hurricanes updated statistics after today's game against the New York Rangers. Netches still leads the Canes in scoring, 14 goals and 30 assists for 44 total points. What a season. Sebastian Aho, always difficult against the Nashville Predators. 10 goals, 25 assists, 35 total points. Gaspierre, 6 and 21 for 27. Svechnikov, 12 and 14 for 26. And Jarvis, 9 goals, 11 assists for 20 total points. With Kochetkov going in net, picking up the victory at Madison Square Garden against the Rangers. Expect Tokarski in net in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena. He has a record of 1-0 with the Carolina Hurricanes, a save percentage of .964, goals against average of 1. Only 1 start so far, but has been at least good when called upon so far. UC Saros' record, well, it's terrible for the season. 7-14-6, but the rest of the numbers pretty solid. A 2.72 goals against average with a .907 save percentage and 3 shutouts on the season. Expect a rebound game from him. The Pittsburgh Penguins game was definitely not a good night, and then watching his backup come in and have a stellar start and performance, I expect UC Saros to be pushed in all the right ways to have a big game against the Carolina Hurricanes and have an opportunity to pick up a victory on home ice going into the Christmas break. All right, that's got you all set up for the Nashville Predators versus the Canes, the first of 2 meetings this season. Looking forward to it, and then Christmas break after that, the Preds road trip after that. Roster freeze coming up after this game, so if the Predators are going to make any moves before the roster freeze, it's going to have to happen pretty quickly. Between this afternoon and probably tomorrow morning, I expect more likely we'll see a move just after the roster freeze, just after the Christmas break, when the Predators start the schedule again on the road Friday in St. Louis. All right, let's get to the Reverse Sports full game recap. It was the LA Kings at Bridgestone Arena for the second time this year, and we've got all of it coming up for you next, right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to December 21st, the year 2024, when the Nashville Predators were hosting the Los Angeles Kings in an afternoon affair at Bridgestone Arena. Head coach Andrew Burnett deploys his lines and defense pairings in the following way: Forsberg, Stamkos, Marchessault, LaRue, O'Reilly, and Nyquist, Jankowski, Novak, Evangelista, Smith, McCarron, and Sissons. Luzon and Yossi, Shea and Blankenberg, Wilsby, and Shen are your defensive pairings. Welcome back to lineup the captain, Roman Yossi. Noonan gets the start in net for the Nashville Predators. We are 39 seconds into the first period, and it's Kemper coming with a save on Luzon. First shot on goal of the game at the 2:58 mark of the first period. It's Kemper coming up with a save on Tommy Novak at 3:08 of the first period. It's Noonan coming up with a save on Thomas. That's the first save of the game for the Nashville Predators. Backup netminder, 4:42. Another save on Lafreniere, 9:15. The Kings already living up to that low event hockey action. Noonan comes up with another save on Edmondson at 9:15, then at 10:51. Yet another save on Lafreniere at the 11:49 mark of the first period. It's Kemper coming with a save on the captain, Roman Yossi's long shot. And then 14:16 of the first period, it's LaRue breaking through with his fourth goal of the season, giving the Nashville Predators a 1-0 lead. Now listen, Gus Nyquist with the sick no-look backhand feed for the redirect at the top of the crease. Listen, LaRue had to be there, and he had to make the chip work, but Nyquist did all of the work on this one. LaRue gets the reward with his fourth of the season by going into the hard airs. Predators lead 1-0. 14:27 now with the first period. It's Noonan with a save on Gavrikov at 18:02 of the first. It's Noonan coming with a save on Kempy's partial breakaway. The patience not to get out of position to hold the line right here, impressive by the Predators netminder. From the 18:11 mark to the 18:36 mark of the first period, Noonan comes up with 3 saves under heavy pressure during a long, sustained Kings attack right here, possibly his best sequence of the entire game. We hit the end of the first period with the LA Kings out shooting the Nashville Predators 11-5, but the Preds do have a 1-0 lead. At the 9-second mark of the second period on the clean sheet, it's Kemper coming with a save on LaRue, and that hard drive to the net took LaRue into the net as well, taking the net off, taking the goaltender out. LaRue going hard to the net. 2:01 of the second period. Now it's Kemper coming with a save on Blankenberg. The 2:56 mark of the second period. It's Kemper coming with a save on O'Reilly. 4:14. Kemper a save on Phil Forsberg. Shots on goal. Nashville 6-0 at the first TV timeout of the second period, or more shots in the first few minutes of the second period than they had in the entirety of the first period. 6:57 out of the second period. Kemper comes up with 7. Luke Evangelista plus his follow-up at the 8-minute mark, and Noonan comes up with a save on Anderson. That was the first shot on goal for the LA Kings in the second period. 8:31 of the second period. Marchessault, 2 minutes for hooking. A goal was taken off the board because of this penalty call. Marchessault gets up into the hands of the Kings defender, steals the puck and shoots it into the net, but getting up into the hands was deemed to be a penalty, so when he touches the puck going to shoot it, the whistle is blown. The puck fired into the net. The goal does not count, unfortunately, because it was a really sweet play. How many times does Marchessault get away with that move is what you really should be asking. So the Predators find themselves with a goal off the board and shorthanded on the penalty kill, number 1 rated penalty kill unit in the league, on the ice for the first time in this game, and they are not giving up a single shot on goal. As a matter of fact, another outstanding penalty kill. Now having Luzon back in the lineup is definitely helping that as well. 10:47, now we're past the halfway point of this game in the second period. LaRue crushes Turcotte in the corner, turns him inside out with a full 360 along the wall. 14:08 of the second period. It's Marchessault involved again, this time with his 10th goal of the season. Yossi turns the D inside out on this play and feeds to the back post where Marchessault is crashing hard to the dangerous areas, and he's picking up his team-leading 10th goal of the season, giving the Nashville Predators a 2-0 lead in this game. The 14:45 mark of the second period. Noonan comes up with a save on Edmondson. 17:48, and Noonan comes up with a save on Gavrikov. 19:22, one more save on Kevin Fiala, and the Kings mount some heavy pressure at the end of the second period, bringing their total shots on goal for the game to 15 after only getting 4 total, most of them coming there at at the last minutes of the period. The Nashville Predators also have 15 shots on goal, getting 10 in the second period. We go to the third period on the clean sheet. It takes until 2:36 of the period when Kemper comes up with a save on Sissons. The big rebound was available, but no Predator available to get to that rebound. 3:49 now in the third to Noonan coming with save on Byfield. 5:33 Noonan comes up with save on Lafreniere. 5:58 Fiala's off to the box. 2 minutes for interference. Another one of those classic questionable shake your head Kevin Fiala penalties in the offensive zone. It's one of the reasons he's not a Nashville Predator anymore. Kemper comes up with a save on Phil Forsberg. Then Kemper dials in, comes up with another save on Phil Forsberg, and then has to come up with another big save on Gus Nyquist before the end of that power play. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. The Kings finding some surge after that PK. 9:24 now in the third. It's Byfield with his 6th goal of the season. He kicks the puck to his blade and rips it at the end of a long, sustained pressure shift right there. The LA Kings are on the board. The Predators still lead 2-1. We go to the backside of the sheet, and we find the action continues at 9:44 of the third period. It's Mouvreer off to the box. 2 minutes for hooking on Gus Nyquist. Kemper comes up with a save on LaRue. It's a dump in, so there's not much on it. It's the end of the power play, so the Predators unable to get much done right there. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. The Kings find that penalty kill motivating yet again. 13:23 of the third period. Lafreniere with his 13th goal. The season a rebound put back. The Kings had another dominant shift in this one, and Lafreniere is able to get to that puck before any of the Nashville Predators. We have another tie game at Bridgestone Arena in the third period. The Predators give back a 2-goal lead here in the third. 16:25 now. Kemper comes with a save on Luke Evangelista. 19:10. Kemper comes with a save on Phil Forsberg, plus the follow-up by Brady Shea. That would take us to the end of regulation, each team securing a point. Now, we hit the 3-on-3 overtime, as the Predators have done many times this season, and it is the anticipated, expected, definitely counted on Nick Blankenberg coming up with the game-winning goal at the 103 mark of the overtime session. He pulls the rebound from behind the net from below the goal line, tucks it home before the Kings can react to it. Blankenberg's first goal as a Nashville Predator gives the Nashville Predators an overtime victory, 3-2 at Bridgestone Arena in overtime, allowing the Predators now to pick up 2 critical points on this homestand. The Preds do outshoot the LA Kings 26-24. Now listen, you can choose to talk about the good and the bad, and we'll do both of those in the analysis portion of things, but the good is the Predators, although they gave back a 2-goal lead in the third period, did find a way to win this one in overtime and secure both of those points on home ice, now picking up 5 out of 6 points on the 3 games they played on this homestand with 1 game left to go. We've got so much more to talk about from this game. Analysis, box score, and more. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. It's coming up next, right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
Welcome back in. That was the Reverse Sports full game recap right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. Let's do some analysis, get into the box score, and let's close this thing out. Inching closer and closer to Christmas. Hope everybody is doing well out there. If you're traveling, remember, you can always take the show with you. It travels really well. Put those earbuds in and listen to it. A little bit of a distraction from maybe some of the more annoying things going on around you out there. So the show easily travels with you. We'll be here in the bunker covering it, breaking it down. And this Monday night game coming up, we will have that one taken care of and handled before we take a couple of days off as well. Let's get into the analysis of this game. The Nashville Predators go with the backup netminder on home ice in this game. And you know what? I think that they have found a gem. Let's get into it. Noonan was 22 out of 24 in this game. He gave up 2 goals against the Predators, did surrender a 2-goal lead in the third period. But talking about the netminder specifically right here, since joining the Nashville Predators, he's 2-1-0, 84 out of 89, and 9.44 save percentage, 1.67 goals against average. Just absolutely outstanding. It's a massive upgrade upgrade, I think, from Scott Wedgwood in so many different ways when it comes to salary, when it comes to age, when it comes to seemingly success as a Nashville Predator so far. Both goaltenders, very small sample sizes. Noonan already has a better record as a Nashville Predator than Scott Wedgwood did. So I think the Nashville Predators have found themselves an absolute gem. I thought he was outstanding in this game, and he had that one sequence in the first period where he stopped 3 shots in a row at close range with a lot of traffic and a lot going on around him. It would have been an easy moment for a netminder like a backup to get distracted, to have a give up a goal right there, but he did not, and he has been outstanding and given the Predators a chance to win every single start he has played in. 2-1 so far. Blankenberg, the guy that everybody expected to get the overtime game-winning goal, of course, right? His first with the Nashville Predators. Just outstanding patience to gather the rebound below the goal line and then realize he had the time to tuck it. And listen, he didn't have that much time, but he did have enough time to gather in the puck that was below the goal line at the side of the net and then pull it across the goal line and then tuck it back in. That's exactly what he did for his first goal as a Nashville Predator, and also a game-winning goal. The Preds needed that game-winning goal so bad after blowing the 2-0 lead in the third period. Second game in a row where they blew a 2-goal lead in the third period and then found themselves in overtime. This time they get the extra point, and it's Blankenberg with a career highlight moment. He scores an overtime game-winning goal at Bridgestone Arena, and the crowd goes absolutely wild for him. Marchessault picks up a goal in this game, his 11th of the season. It is now the team lead, just bringing the jam to the net game in, game out. He's got 5 goals and 3 assists in the last 6 games. I told you, he's getting more comfortable. He's showing more of the Jonathan Marchessault that everyone in Las Vegas knew and was the Stanley Cup winning player. He is definitely someone to watch shift in and shift out. He goes to the hard areas. He works hard. He brings the jam. He does all the things that we love right here on this show. So Marchessault picks up a goal in this game to take over the team lead for the Nashville Predators. LaRue picks up a goal. It's his 4th of the season, 4 points in the last 7 games. He fits great on that second line with O'Reilly and Nyquist. So far, he is doing all of the things that are a part of his game very well. He's getting better and better each game. He's now playing on the second line. He's playing with premier NHL players. He's picking up points. That finish going to the net and going to the hard area and receiving the pass from Nyquist, you still have to make the chip. You still have to put it into the net. You still have to do all of those little things just right. Nyquist might have set up the play perfectly, but again, the execution at the end is the thing that counts the most. LaRue, 4 goals now, and it's impressive. He also turned Turcotte completely inside out on a big hit. So you see him across the stats board making a difference and hustling. And he's the type of player I can really get behind, and the Predators fan base, I think, is really starting to get behind. Forsberg picks up 2 assists in this game. Now has 17 assists on the season, 9 assists in the last 6 games, 26 total points. Team leader in total points. Philip Forsberg is having difficulty scoring right now. That is obvious. He's hitting posts. He's missed more shots than anybody in the NHL, and his shooting percentage is lower than at any point it's been in his career. For the best shooter in Nashville Predators franchise history to be in this big a drought, something is got to be wrong. I'm not sure what it is, but he's finding other ways to help the Nashville Predators now, and the Nashville Predators are picking up points in those games. So Philip Forsberg has suddenly become a world-class distribution service. Remember, for much of his career, Philip Forsberg was always top-heavy goals versus assists, and then in very recent career stretch, it has evened out between the goals and the assists. Now, for the first time ever, it's skewing heavier on the assist side of things with 9 goals, 17 assists through 34 games this season. So for Philip Forsberg, it is a different aspect of his game, but he is certainly a world-class setup man when he needs to be. And Marchessault is proving that he goes to the hard areas and can finish very easily, and Stamkos obviously is a finisher as well. I guess someone on that line has to pass, and Philip Forsberg suddenly has found a new role with this Nashville Predators team in doing that. Again, 9 assists in the last 6 games, 2 more in this game against the LA Kings. Nyquist, again, I just want to appreciate it one more time before we wrap up the segment. That backhand assist from below the goal line, no look to LaRue at the top of the crease for the goal. That was just absolutely outstanding. Good to see the captain, Roman Josi, on out there on the ice, picks up an assist, 26-25 in total time on ice. And the Nashville Predators are a better team when Roman Josi is on the ice. I know in the last couple of games without him on the ice, there were a couple of pretty solid defensive efforts, but this team is better with their captain and with Roman Josi out there on the ice. That's going to do it for the analysis portion of things. Let's hear from our good friends, Stripe Digital Solutions. Let's come back. Let's get into the good, cold, hard numbers known as the box score, and then we'll wrap up episode number 945 right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know, because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way, from startup to full-time operation. Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions. Welcome back in. Your goal scorers for the Nashville Predators, Zach Leroux, Marchessault, and also Nick Blankenberg with the overtime game-winning goal. Assists 2 for Philip Forsberg, also 1 for Gus Nyquist, 1 for Ryan O'Reilly, and 1 for the captain, Roman Josi. In the shots on goal category, Philip Forsberg leading the way with 6 shots on goal. Also 3 shots on goal from Luke Evangelista, 3 shots on goal from Leroux. When it comes to the block shots category, the Predators, not very many in this game. 2 was the high. Nyquist with 2, Josi with 2. Those are not the guys you expect to be leading the team in block shots. When it comes to the physical component of things, more of the usual suspects on this list, though. Leroux paces with 5, also joined by Luzon with 5. Then you'll find Cole Smith with 4, and Luke Shen also with 4 hits in this game. Your time on ice leaders overall for the forwards, 19-14 by Jonathan Marchessault, 18-27 for Steven Stamkos, and 17-45 for Philip Forsberg. On the defensive side of things, the captain, Roman Josi, back in the lineup for his first game. Why not? Jumps right into 26 minutes and 25 seconds of total time on ice. Brady Shea, 21-26. All the other defensemen under 20 minutes. Good roster management for this Nashville Predators team. Power play in this game went 0 for 2. Your power play time on ice leaders were Philip Forsberg at 2:29, Steven Stamkos at 2:28, and Jonathan Marchessault at 2:25. Roman Josi also at 2:23. Your penalty kill, which has dropped to second in the league, was 1 for 1 in this game. 1:06 in time on ice shorthanded for Colton Sissons, 56 seconds for Cole Smith, 59 seconds for Adam Wilsby, and 55 seconds for Jeremy Luzon. When it comes to the netminder, Justus Sanunin, 22 out of 24, 2 goals against, an in-game save percentage of .917, 22 even strength saves, no power play saves. Preds penalty kill unit falls out of the top slot in the league and doesn't even give up a single shot on the power play in this game. Shorthanded saves 0 as well. He picks up the victory in overtime. The rest of the numbers for the box score: the power play 0 for 2, the PK 1 for 1, face-off winning percentage 52.2%. Next game against Carolina, you're going to have to watch that. Stahl is just a beast at center. He drives opponents crazy. 24 hits, 9 block shots, only 2 takeaways, 12 giveaways. Predators on the underside of that one. They do come away with the victory. I don't like blowing the 2-goal lead in the third period. The Predators had played just an absolutely exceptional 2 periods against the LA Kings, but the LA Kings are a pretty decent hockey team, and they can score goals in bunches. They've been on the road seemingly forever, and they proved yet again in the third period that they could have a comeback. They've done it a number of times, and they did it against the Nashville Predators. The Predators are still a little bit fragile. I think it's okay to use that word. They're still gaining confidence, but I think they're still a little bit fragile with the lead, and they've got to learn to assert themselves just a little bit more. That's the next step. They're finding ways to get points now. Take the positives where they are. It's a 3-game homestand point scoring streak with 1 more game left on the homestand. The Predators have picked up 5 out of the 6 points on this homestand so far. And again, it's the first time all season they've had any kind of streak in a positive direction at all. Yes, they have blown 2-goal leads in the last 2 games on home ice, but they have picked up 3 of those 4 points. And I'm not going to be overly critical when a team is trying to climb its way out of the absolute last place in the NHL. It's it's not going to look dynamic and pretty. It's going to look ugly as hell, like this homestand has. A shutout to start the homestand against, let's face it, a really, really struggling New York Rangers team. You blew a 2-goal lead and ended up losing in overtime to the Pittsburgh Penguins, who are a bit of a surging team, and then the LA Kings, who are pretty Jekyll and Hyde, but have been good as of late. You find a way to pick up the overtime win after blowing a 2-goal lead. Now, the Carolina Hurricanes are formidable in every way, shape, and form, and the Predators certainly have not had a lot of success against the Canes the last few years. It's been a bit of a measuring stick series for the Predators since the COVID era, when the Preds were in that division with the Carolina Hurricanes for that one season. So for the Preds, they've got an opportunity to close out this homestand. Picking up even a point in this last game would allow the Predators to pick up 6 out of 8 points, or 75% of the points on this homestand, and I think that would be exceptional. But close strong, dream big, go for the victory, get 7 out of 8 points. Why not? And then we can sit here and pick apart the homestand goal by goal and piece by piece, and everybody can be outraged how they blew a 2-goal lead to the Penguins and then a 1-goal lead late in the third period and drop that one in overtime. Listen, the Predators right now are starting slowly and in a very ugly way to turn things around in a decent direction, finding some cohesion with Forsberg, Stamkos, and Marchessault. All three of them are starting to succeed offensively. LaRue, O'Reilly, and Nyquist is a good combination. How long Nyquist is a Nashville Predator, how long that combination can stay together, I don't know. Jankowski, Novak, Evangelista found success last year. They're finding some success and chemistry together this season. Smith, McCarron, and Sissons, your fourth line, bring the energy, bring the jam, but they're doing a decent job out there. The Predators are making a lot of moves and a lot of adjustments, but they're slowly starting to find a little bit of chemistry, a little bit of cohesion, and now points in the standings in 3 consecutive games that has them moving out of last place in the Central Division. Now, the next step is to bump up out of last in goals per game. Couple more games where you score 3 and 4, you're going to finally do that. All right, listen, that's going to do it for operation number 945, show 945. Wow. The number is almost sci-fi-like, but then again, so is saying that the year 2025 is coming in a week. These are things I never thought I'd be saying in broadcasting. It's been so long since I first started. It's been amazing. Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. Happy holidays. I know a lot of people are going to be traveling. We'll probably be losing a chunk of the audience to holiday plans and such as over the next couple of days. So if this is the last episode, you don't catch the Canes episode and breakdown number 946 before the Christmas break. I wish you the best. I wish you safe travels. And I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm so thankful to get to do this and to have you click on the links and to watch the shows and to still be a part of this whole Predators, NHL, and hockey universe. It's all I've ever wanted to do. And so I just always like to make sure I tell you guys how much I appreciate you. So take the show with you. Click on the links. Help me out over the holidays. We'll still be working. We'll still be right here in the bunker. I appreciate each and every one of you. Appreciate your viewership. Appreciate your time. And I'll say it one more time. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. Stick taps, love, and respect.